Obviously, we know that the president has come out and said that he supports the idea of arresting Governor Gavin Newsom if he interferes. How seriously should people take those statements? Could we actually see something like that happen here in California? And what would that mean for your position as lieutenant governor?
Well, first of all, I think it's always important to remember that differentiating with Donald Trump between his threats and what he's actually going to do, it's always part of the challenge. Is it bluster, or is he really going to try to arrest the governor of California? But this is the kind of thing that is just so utterly unacceptable, to have a president who can threaten that kind of thing, even casually. So first and foremost, we just have to know what is happening. What is he really intending to do? And I think that there's a lot that is likely to happen before anything really could manifest in that way, starting with the fact that there is absolutely nothing that the governor can be arrested for. He hasn't broken the law, he hasn't done anything wrong. So again, it's just all part of this chaos and things that are extremely deeply disturbing and very disruptive for people in their lives.
Are there any conversations being had about what would that mean for your role as lieutenant governor if that were to happen?
Look, it's just all bizarre. If the president were to order for the governor to be arrested for no reason, I would imagine I would probably be right behind the governor and then my successor behind them. I mean, none of this really makes any sense. There's no legal framework or justification or precedent for any of this. And so again, when I think about people watching right now trying to make sense of it all, it's very difficult because there is no precedent and there is no foundation within the rule of law for any of this.
And we know the National Guard's already there. Now we're hearing that Marines are being deployed over the next 24 hours. What is the state doing to de-escalate tensions right now in Los Angeles?
Well, there is something that's real that's at the basis of this, and that is the fact that California has about 2 million people, we believe, who are here without full documentation. About 10% of our workforce, we estimate, is made up of people who are here without full documentation. So President Trump directed ICE to fulfill these quotas of going and detaining people for deportation. So he's sent these ICE agents into places of work indiscriminately, taking people into custody, regardless of whether or not they know, in fact, whether they're documented. And all of this, as we know, has generated what, as of yesterday, were relatively small and mostly peaceful protests, which, by the way, where in the circumstances where they were becoming not peaceful, local law enforcement fully had the capabilities to respond. But instead, again, here is Donald Trump escalating, throwing fuel on the fire, saying that this is, akin to the LA riots of many years ago, taking control of the National Guard, which, again, the governor is sued because there is no precedent, and this also appears to be highly illegal. And now, just a few minutes ago, saying that he's sending Marines from 29 Palms to follow. So this is all deeply disturbing, and again, it's going to be about separating what he is doing from what he says he's going to do. And I hope, one, that people will remain calm, and two, and this is really the most important thing, is that people are not driven to protesting in a way that is violent. One, because even local law enforcement is tasked to stop that and hold people accountable. But more importantly, that kind of behavior will only play in to what Donald Trump seems to want, which is Americans turning on each other in just the most, just deeply upsetting of ways.